This is part 3, section 12 of our Vectorworks 2021 drafting tutorial. And in this section, we'll be talking about creating viewports, which is how we lay things out on a page to be printed. It's very similar to Paperspace in AutoCAD, if any of you are familiar with that. So I've got my drawing open here, and I'm going to select the rectangle tool. And I'm going to draw a rectangle around the overhead part of my theater, like so. And then I'm going to go into the attribute palette, and I'm going to give it a pen of none and a fill of none. So the rectangle only exists in kind of a phantom form right now, which is perfectly fine. We still have it selected. And I'm going to go up to View, Create Viewport. It's going to ask me if the selected object may be used as the viewport's crop. I absolutely want to do that. So I'm going to say yes. And I get a new dialog box about creating this new viewport. So the viewport name, I'm going to make overhead LX, and I'm going to tell it to create it on layer number 2, which is the overhead light plot. Everything else should be fine. I want to deselect create drawing label. I don't want a drawing label. I've got my own title block, and I want it in 1/2" scale. So we'll click OK. And there's my drawing populated on my sheet with my title block that we created clear back in tutorial number 1. So we're going to need to do a little bit of editing on this title block. So we'll double click on that. And we're going to select the title block manager. Or excuse me, I'm going to select settings under sheet data and click OK. Okay. And under project data, instead of title of show, I'm going to name it Vectorworks Tutorial and then in my left-hand column, I'm going to go to Sheet Data, and I'm going to change the date to today's date. And after that's ready, I'm going to click OK. And that information will have been updated in my title block, at which point I can save my file. That's the end of this section. In the next section, we'll talk about inserting a symbol key.